Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Lindsay and I bring you content on all things clean beauty and skincare. If you're not already subscribed, I would love for you to join me, and if you are already, thank you. Today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I got this full coverage velvet foundation base, this nude lip, and this classic black wing liner. If you want to see how I created this look, then keep on watching. Alright guys, let's get started. First, for skin prep, I'm using the Josh Rose Rock Hydrating Accelerator. I talk about this a ton. I love it. If you haven't tried it, it's amazing. Probably one of my favorite toners, especially for winter. Super hydrating, also helps the absorption of any other products you put on top of it. And then for my moisturizer, I'm actually going to be using this Andalou Naturals 1000 Roses Beautiful Day Cream. This is a really good, affordable option. This cream is amazing. It's really lightweight and beautiful under makeup. And then I'm actually going to be mixing in the Juice Beauty Phytopigments Bronzing Boost. I believe this is actually on sale on Petit Vour currently for $18. I purchased this when it was full price, but it is now on the sale page, along with their Illuminating Boost. If you want to check these out, it'll be linked in the description below. So I just put a little bit on the back of my hand, and then I'm just gonna squeeze a little bit of this in just for a little bit of a bronzing boost. So about that much, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and mix those together and then apply. It looks like super weird when you're applying it, but it doesn't actually turn out to be like as dark as it looks on your hand. Kind of just gives you a really nice glow. For my foundation today, I'm going to be using the Lila Bee Be Natural Marvelous Matte Cream Foundation. Be Natural is the shade. This is what it looks like. I use this in my Full Face of Lila Bee product video. I'm going to be using it again because I was really impressed. This time I'm going to try applying it with a sponge. I really love the finish of this and I think it would be perfect for this look. I'm just going to use this mini Eco Tool sponge. Just going to dab it in and then let's see how it applies with the sponge. That was nice, but I feel like the brush definitely gave me more coverage, so I'm going to go ahead and grab the brush and actually finish applying using that. This is what the brush looks like, by the way. It's just a little kabuki. Yeah, the brush definitely gives you way more coverage than the sponge. If you wanted a lighter coverage, the sponge would work good. But just for this look, I like how the brush applies it. This foundation I find is also really buildable, so it gives you a good medium with one layer with a brush. But if you wanted to go like really full coverage and you have a lot of stuff to cover, you could also do that. But I'm gonna keep it at a medium coverage for now. Then we're gonna go in with concealer as well, obviously. Alright, so I think our foundation's looking good. Next, moving on to concealer, I'm using the Hint Beauty Duet Perfecting Concealer. I haven't used this concealer in forever since I discovered the Clove & Hollow Conceal and Correct, so I thought I would try it out again just to change things up. It used to say Hint Beauty on it, but it totally wore off. But this is what it looks like. I have the shade DC01 Fair, which is the lightest shade, I believe. I like this because it has more of a peachy undertone, so it's really good at correcting dark circles. I'm actually going to be using a brush to apply this. I might blend it out with a sponge, but just to apply, I'm just going right under the eyes. This foundation is definitely more creamy and oil-based than the Clove & Hollow one, which is actually pretty nice with a foundation like the one I just used, which is a cream foundation. It blends out really nice. I have a little bit of trouble with it creasing, but I feel like if I set it properly, it does pretty well. I'm actually gonna go down the bridge of my nose as well. And to blend that out, I'm going in with the same Eco Tool sponge I've been using. So actually I really like how this is looking with that cream foundation. It blended in really well. It's not looking too oily, which I usually find it does with certain things, but it meshed really well with this cream foundation. I feel like since it's oil-based, with some foundations it does not go well with, but this one is looking really good with it. I'm just going in with my finger, kind of just to like work it into my skin a little bit more, make sure there's no creases or anything like that. Moving right along to set, I'm using the Juice Beauty Phytopigments Flawless Finishing Powder in Translucent. This is a little shimmery for my liking, so I feel like I have to use the tiniest amount or else it can accentuate fine lines. But if you use just a little bit, it does look really beautiful. And if you do want an illuminating powder, this one's really nice. A little too much powder there. I feel like the key to the Hint Beauty Concealer is you really have to set it, or else, at least on me, it creases a lot because it's oil-based, so it tends to like slip and slide and move around. But if you set it enough with a good powder, I find it does last a good amount of time. Just setting like the oilier places of my face, T-zone, chin. Okay, so our foundation is looking all set, ready to go. I'm gonna move on to bronzer. I'm using another Wabi product. This is their Be Sun-Kissed Bronzer Duo. Really love this. Like I said, check out my full face of Wabi products if you wanna know more about my thoughts on these, but really love this bronzer. Fell in love with this when I tried it. It's a really good buildable, not too warm, not too cool toned bronzer. If I ever feel like my bronzer is a little messy, I just go in with like a brush and a little bit of powder foundation and kind of just clean up right under my cheekbone and just blend it in, so there's less of a harsh line and more of like a defined bronze. Next, I'm actually going to do a little bit of contouring with the Pixie Natural Contour Powder in the shade Shape and Shadow. I think it's the only shade they have. It's really cool toned and super pigmented, so you definitely have to be careful with it, but I find it works really well if I just use a tiny bit and blend it out really well. I'm going to do my cheekbones, my jawline, and my nose. I start it towards the back and then blend it in because it's a lot easier to control than if you just like did a line, you know? Trick with contouring is always start off with less product because you could always build it up, but once you have too much like contour powder on, it is pretty hard to blend it away. So just start with a little bit, blend it out, see what you're working with, and then if you need to build it up, you can build it up. Okay, I think our contour is looking pretty good. I cleaned it up a little bit. Moving on to blush, I'm using the Petit Beauty Heartbeat Cheek Color. I'm actually going to be doing a first impressions for this brand. It should be up shortly after this video comes out, so definitely keep an eye out for that. This is a new brand, so I'm really excited to share my thoughts on it. This is the shade Exhale. This is what the packaging looks like. It's like a rubberized matte gray. And then this is the shade I have. It's a matte baby pink. I usually tend to gravitate towards baby pink blushes because I am pretty fair skinned, so it's really easy to go overboard with blush. So I feel like matte light pinks are nice because I could build them up if I want, or I could just do like a really light flush of color. Except for my face, I'm going to be using another product from PYT. This is their highlighter in the shade Backstage Pass. This shade is just like a classic light champagne shade, really flattering on a lot of skin tones. And I'm just going to do the classic top of the cheekbones, down the bridge of the nose, Cupid's bow, the whole shebang. Just to set everything down so I'm not looking cakey, I'm going to use the Josh Rosebrook Hydrating Accelerator again. This is the mini size, by the way. I'm going to go ahead and mist this. I'm going to just let that dry. I'm going to go with my usual Eco Brow in the shade Sharon. Well, as I'm filming this, I'm not really sure what I'm going to call this makeup video. So, I mean, we did sort of a full coverage base in contouring, which is pretty glam, but it's also a really wearable look. I'm gonna go super easy on the eyeshadow because I've done a lot of eye looks lately. Then I'm gonna show you guys how I do my winged liner, which I wear a lot. I get a lot of questions about how I do it, so I thought it'd be fun to make a video showing you guys how I apply my eyeliner. I went ahead and finished my brows off camera because I feel like they take forever to do in like Who Wants to Watch That. But anyway, moving on to my eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the bronzer I use for my face from Wabi. I'm just going to be swirling the two shades together, just putting in my crease. Like I said, I'm keeping this look really natural on the eyes, and then I'm going to show you guys my wing liner look because wing liner is pretty bold, so keep the eyes pretty neutral and easy. This is also usually my go-to look, like on the day-to-day. I usually don't use eyeshadow. I just use whatever bronzer I used on my face on my crease because I feel like it makes a really cohesive look. Plus it's just really easy, you know, 2 products in one. For my lower lash line, I'm just using the same shade. For my brow bone and inner corner highlight, I'm using the same highlight I used from Petit Beauty, the Upgrade Highlighter. Now onto the eyeliner, the fun part. My favorite is the Physicians Formula Eye Booster. I know this isn't the cleanest eyeliner, but it's the only one I've found that works for me. If you guys know of a brush tip clean eyeliner, please let me know. I haven't found a brush tip one that's this thin and stays on this long. It's just the perfect eyeliner for a wing liner. I feel like it's so crucial to have a good eyeliner when doing a wing, or else it can kind of make you seem like you can't do a wing liner, but in reality it's just the eyeliner that's like not sharp enough. Not sharp, but not precise enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you guys in and I'll show you how I do my liner. So we're zoomed in here and let me try to show you guys. So my first step is I draw a line from the outer corner of my lash line up towards my brow bone. And really just don't think too much about it. I feel like if you think a lot about it, it kind of messes it up, but just do a little swipe. And then you could really make it as long as you want. I usually do them pretty dramatic, but if you want a shorter cat eye, again, just make a shorter line. So then from that line, I'm not connecting the very end all the way in. I'm doing almost to the end. That's going to be like the sharpest point there. I'm going to start a little bit in and then I'm going to go ahead and connect that to my lid. So as you can see from that, I kind of just have a rough outline. Like I said, I do mine big and thick. If you want a thinner, smaller wing, just start lower down and just connect to your lash line earlier. So that's pretty much the gist of this. From this, I just go ahead and fill it in the rest of it. So that's pretty much it, and then I just go ahead and fill in the rest of it and you have your wing. I usually fix the inner corner a little bit as well. If you want to go further in, just take the pen this way and do that instead of going, if you go this way, it's harder to get a more precise line on the inner corner. I feel like this ended up way thicker than I wanted it to be, but I feel like that happens every time I do my eyeliner. So I usually just go with this. From this, you can also take a black eyeshadow, and if you want it smudged out, just go ahead and take like a small smudger brush and then just go over the edge of it. I actually might do that just to show you guys. I'll make it a little bit softer and smokier. Now I'm just going to be taking a matte black eyeshadow and smudging it out to make the look not really softer, it's a pretty dramatic eye look, just to make it more blended out. I don't know if you can really tell what I'm talking about, but it just made it a little bit softer and less harsh on the eye, if that makes sense. Just blends out the edges of it. Also, if you make any mistakes, just go in with whatever concealer you're using on a smaller brush. You can just easily clean up the bottom of it. Like I'm saying, don't stress too much when you're doing your eyeliner. I feel like stressing just makes it worse and you get all frustrated, so just relax. Do what you can, and you could always clean it up. Alright, there we go. Our wings are done. Last step is going to be mascara. This is the Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extension Mascara. Really been loving this mascara lately, so I'm just going to go ahead and apply this. It's funny, I haven't done a wing liner like this in so long, and I forgot how much I love it. Like, this used to be my classic go-to look. Every day I would do a liner like this. I'm trying to change it up just for the sake of like bringing you guys different looks. But I'm really glad I created this tutorial because it's definitely one of my go-to looks. Just something I put on when I want to feel good and I know that my makeup will come out good. So yeah, I really love how this looks. I feel like this look would be absolutely beautiful with a classic red lip, but I did just do a red lip look, so I'm going to actually do a nude lip. So I actually just bought a Red Apple lipstick nude lip liner, and then I used it the other day in a makeup tutorial and then I lost it. So I'm pretty mad about that, so no nude lip liner today. For my lips, I'm using the Bare Minerals Gen Nude. I don't know if this is their Gen Nude. No, I think it's their Boss. I don't know what this is called. It's just their matte liquid lipstick in the shade Boss. I really love this formula. It stays on forever and is a really comfortable liquid lip, especially when your lips are dry like mine right now. They smell so good too, like chocolate frosting. On on the center of my lips, I'm gonna go in with the Spila Paint and Play Matte Liquid Lip in the shade Flirt. These are really nice. I'm not sure like how clean the Bare Minerals ones are, but this is definitely a cleaner option. So if you do need a good liquid lipstick, go with the Spila one. I'm gonna go into the center of my lips for a little more definition and dimension. So this is the finished look. I love how it came out. It's a really full coverage, like glam base, but some simple winged eyeliner and a nude lip. Totally a classic look. It reminds me of something I used to wear all the time. Just like a go-to look for when you want to feel good, you don't want to spend too much time on your makeup. I really love how the base looks, that foundation looks good. Everything's looking pretty smooth, not too cakey, a nice matte velvety finish on the skin, highlights pop in. Yeah, I think this is a really versatile look. If you guys try out this look, definitely let me know in the comments below. I'm gonna go ahead and fix my hair and we will be right back. So this is the finished look. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, definitely give it a like. Let me know in the comments what type of makeup look you wanna see me do next. Thank you again for watching. Don't forget to follow me on my socials. Dirt Naturals is my Instagram and dirtnaturals.com is my blog. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I feel like I say that a million times in the outros, but I really do appreciate it. If you're subscribed, thank you so much. If you aren't already, please do. I would love for you to join me, and I will see you guys in my next video.